My name is Charles Calvin Akwanga, and I'm a Ugandan. So I basically stay right now in Nairobi, Kenya, and yeah, I love it here. Okay, basically I studied journalism in Kenya, Konnect by then, and mi ni msee wa media, napenda media sana, but what happened, I fell in love with music a lot. It was such a childhood thing, something that was inbuilt. I couldn't say I went to school for it, but I definitely loved music. And then what happened, I had this feeling that one day I would do something big with music. So right now, what is happening is, it's an inbuilt of my vision kitambo, like nilipendanga music, but I studied something else. And then eventually, nikiendelea, the journey in life, what happens is, you get on discovering things that you never knew they were within you, So from there, when I started getting into music, of course, this was church back in 1999. That's when nimemaliza tu class 7. Unajua in Uganda, we study up to class 7, unlike here. So nilimaliza, as I was joining Form 1, that is when I started now getting into much of music, but it was church music, which I still do now. Yeah, so it has not been an easy journey, because a lot of things happen when you're getting to learn something. Now, one, if you can't persist, you cannot go wherever you want to go. But now I had challenges here and there, and one, what I was doing is, I had people who introduced me to the real music. Unfortunately, we were working and not seeing the fruits, but the fruits were coming. But I learned a lot from that. So as I grew, time went on, I was like, now, I really wanted to do something. And then in my life through, I was also part-timing and working with the orphans and stuff like that. So I realized the dream I had was not just a recording studio. It was getting more and more and more. Toda first started like a project way back. Actually, this is a project that it has been in me since, and back in my hometown, I have a project also, same project called K7, Kingdom 7. So just like a church group, we used to combine young guys with talents. So K7, like we would combine these young guys. We say, like, most of us didn't have a lot to do. We didn't have this, like the chances that other people had, like things happening here and there, and then like you have chance to do that, chance to do this, and then you have a way to get some cash here and there. We didn't have. So we realized we can, one, serve God with our talents. So when we did that, eventually I left Uganda, came to study in Kenya, and then from Kenya I now started moving out. So eventually, when I came back from SA in 2019, I've always had this vision, that K7. But now, when you keep on growing, you get to understand that things that you do get mature, and you start understanding, oh, I have to start doing meaningful things. Now, if you are doing this at a certain level, you will lift the level of doing everything. You get. So, we started having a team of young guys who used to do things together, and I was like, now, because I really connect with a lot of young people, so in this connecting, I was like, oh, we can do the same thing that I was doing in Uganda, we can do it here. Because I also did it in Congo, did it in SA, did it in a lot of places. Anywhere I stepped, at least I would impact the community. So when I came here, and then there was this thing coming within me. This thing is all about like praise, worship, talent, you know. So significantly, one day this word just came, Toda. Now Toda, it's a Greek word meaning praise and worship. So I spoke to a number of young guys I've been working with, because I work with a lot of musicians and this and that. So like when I spoke to them, I was like, okay, we can do something. That was 2019. So some of them would like, man, you've just talked about this thing. When is it going to start? But me, I was looking for a space, because doing a thing like that, you need a good space whereby you can really exhaust the space, and anybody comes there, they can really find themselves suited somewhere, you see. So like when I did this, and slowly by slowly, back in 2021, we got the space that we are in right now, which we are still building. And thank God we have been moving. But with that, I've been working with other studios, because production is what I do. And I also do a little bit of IT, that is part-time, because hustle has to continue. So what happens is, when I was doing these other projects of mine, you find there is this art that has been within, and God gave me favor. So when I started working, people loved the way I do my stuff, you know. Now when I came back to Kenya, I met one man of God, is Pastor Tumaini. I think lots of you know him. They sang the song Umenibeba. So that was one of the projects that opened doors for me here in Kenya. Not that I've not worked with others. Way back, if we start counting the Alembas, DJ Sadiq, and those guys, Kitambo, we are talking about 205, 206. Yeah, we have worked with these guys. So when I came back, you know, things get to different levels. We came back with another dimension. That is when now I met Pastor Tumaini, later on worked with Size 8. But back in Congo, I've worked with this guy called Al Kambumba, and there are very many, I can mention them. But all of these, I came back to one mission, to create a difference in our community. And as we create a difference in our community, we do quality work, and we can change a lot of lives, because our generation right now, we could say lots of people want to do good things, but there is no opportunity. Now, here we have come to create that opportunity. Apart from music, we are also trying to inspire guys that when we are doing music has a season. So you won't do music from morning to evening. So we are trying to encourage our young guys that we just identify what somebody is good like. Like we have a stylist in this place. Like if you just want to dress, there's a guy called Gidi. He'll just dress you up. He'll tell you, man, this is what we do. This is what we do. He can tell you now, this is your size, Jeff. Now go put on like this. You see. So we are trying to let these guys also understand their talents within them. Apart from that, try to learn some business skills. Now, we have the DJs. You want to learn DJing. We have some business-minded. You want to start from somewhere. We have chefs, you know, people who can cook. I could say lots of stuff. So, videography and stuff. All of them we are trying to put within, so that we will not be just depending on music alone, because media is a wide range. Now, apart from that, some guys are also footballers and that. Some guys want to learn how to sew and stuff. We have another guy called he's called Frank. He's a producer, but also he knows how to sew. You know, he's Congolese. He knows how to sew. So these are things that we put together, and we are trying to create and let guys not to be redundant in one area. You get? So basically, we are trying to aim every kind of way and trying to be business oriented at the same time, so that when we change one soul, that soul will change another soul, and that soul will change another soul. Like the whites say, one by one makes a bundle. So that is our position.